Hola, you amazing artist! Here are some love letters that I've received over the years. Hey Rafi, why don't you get a real job and quit trying to sell that crap that you call art, you hack? Hey Rafi, you're fat, bald, and ugly, but your girl is hot. Hey Rafi, you are be f***ing bad and don't be good, lol.
Rafi's tips for artists because he loves you.
That needs to be a dubstep song. You are be fucking bad and don't be good though.
It's no secret that becoming an artist is a personal journey wrought with rejection and criticism. A lot of rejection and a lot of criticism. But really, any life decision that you make that is going to put you out there in a big way, it's going to get some negative comments thrown at you.
Yeah, it's kind of like collecting Pokemon, huh? Like, the more haters you collect on your roster, the more powerful you are.
Usually haters don't have much going on in their lives other than Cheeto-stained fingertips and a liter of Diet Coke. I mean, your life will be probably their biggest entertainment. Coming to grips with the idea that every creator, whether you are a YouTuber, an artist, a writer, a musician, a filmmaker, no matter what, you are going to get criticized because you're doing something that not too many people do. Isn't it funny how criticism in those creative fields can actually become a career? You have art critics, film critics, music critics, book critics, internet trolls. Well, that last one's not really a career per se.
What gets them up in the morning, you know?
It's a terrible thing to get you up in the morning. I'm gonna hate as much as I can today.
It's gotta be what they're thinking though, because they go online with this force of will and they be hating on f***ing penguins, cute animals, and happy things.
Now, to be clear, this video is about accepting negative criticism, not necessarily just accepting constructive criticism. I'm gonna put another video together about constructive criticism, and once it's done, it'll be right here. So you could click on it to watch it. There are a lot of professional critics out there that do it as a career that I do respect, and I do value their opinion. But I mean, that's all it really is. It's their opinion about said creative craft. I'm talking about people that have opinions that don't carry any value to them whatsoever. People that are like,
Jumping your art is jumping to hate your face.
I hate your face because your art is dumb.
You're like, that was a riveting critique.
And just in case you're thinking that negative criticism goes away the more successful you become, no, it does not. So if you want to become a popular, successful creator, you might as well get used to how to deal with negative criticism now, because you'll be getting it in the future. Successful people really don't care about negative, hateful criticism. They pay no attention to it whatsoever because it doesn't have any value to them. So here are my 3 tips on how to deal with negative criticism. Number 1, check the source. Are they an expert in the field that they're talking about? And better yet, are they successful in that field?
If they're saying they're an expert, chances are they're not an expert.
True. To consider the fact that maybe they're an expert at teaching art and not necessarily an expert at being an artist. So there's that fine line there. So just kind of evaluate and see if this person is actually qualified to give you the critique that they're giving you.
And if it's hateful, chances are they're not qualified.
Yeah. If they're hateful, you could be like, people that are successful don't have time to hate on other people. They're too busy being successful. They understand what it's like to put yourself out there and actually take a risk. If they do have any criticism, it's going to be constructive and it's going to be based on their experience. Somebody being an expert because they researched something or they went to school for it doesn't necessarily make them qualified to give you a critique. Hurtful criticism comes from people that aren't doing much. People that haven't taken any risk. People that are just sitting on the sidelines, they don't know what it feels like to put themselves out there because they're too scared to do it. So don't take criticism from people like that seriously. The men in my family love to give unsolicited criticism for my artwork or anything else in my life, really. You know what you should do? You should paint Pensacola beach ball and write Pensacola, Florida on all your paintings. Not do all this shit that you do. I'm sorry, do you actually support yourself with your art? This is a successful career for you? Oh no, you don't do art at all. You know what you should do? You should paint a Pensacola Beach sign. Now for artists out there, it's sad to say, but the second biggest art critic that you will run into, it's the negative incarnation of young artists who like to dabble in art, but have never actually put their stuff out there because they're afraid to do it. So pretty much every work of art that they see, they're going to whisper to their friends about how it's crap and how they could do better than the artist did. It's almost like getting the validation by talking about it versus doing it. You know the kind of people I mean. They're the ones that like walk into your show and walk up to your artwork and then they're all like, pfft. I always want to go up to those people and be like, hi, excuse me, where's your art show at? Oh, you don't have an art show. Oh, you don't show your art? Well, I just wanted to know where it was so I could go up to your art and pfft.
Just all over the wall.
Yeah, I'm gonna pfft all over that person's artwork, come up to my artwork and be all pfft. But I don't do that. I usually take the higher road. Sometimes. The point is to check the source of the criticism. If they are somebody that you personally respect, then yeah, that's something that you should look at. It may not feel good, but it's something that you may want to investigate further. But if there's somebody that you don't respect their opinion, or they're like a nobody just coming up and giving you some trash talk about your stuff, or some internet troll at home with their orange fingertips, so you don't need to sit there and be all drowning in your sorrows because some idiot said something completely hateful and negative about you or your work. Number 2, you're already being criticized. So what? Right now, you are too skinny. You're too fat. You're too overworked. You don't work enough. You're too lazy. You're too diligent. You should eat healthier. You should have more fun. You should work harder. Face it, you are constantly being criticized by other people, either in front of your face or behind your back. You're being criticized by your family. You're being criticized by your own brain. Criticism won't actually bother you unless there's a part of you that believes that criticism is true, or you're trying to get everyone to like you. Either way, you're believing something about yourself that you need to change in order for other people to like you or for you to be okay. For example, if you know that you're not fat and somebody is calling you fat, that's not going to bother you. You're just going to look at them and be like, whatever, dude. If you actually feel fat on the inside and somebody makes that statement's going to set you off. It's going to bother you. Fat on the inside. So it really doesn't have anything to do with what they're saying. It has to do with how much of it you actually think is true. The same thing is true that when they are saying something, it really doesn't have anything to do with you. It has to do with them and their insecurities and their stupid stuff. Most trolls are experiencing a life where they listen to their parents, they listen to their teachers, they listen to their bosses, listening to people who are not necessarily happy, and they themselves are living a miserable life. And because they're living a miserable life, they need to find some kind of sense of happiness. And it's so easy to try and knock somebody down than to actually stand up yourself. Number 3, don't be swayed by negative or positive comments. Of course, it is much easier to receive a compliment than it is to receive a criticism. But I would challenge you to treat them both as individual opinions and not truth. It's really easy to get wrapped up in a sense of validation when somebody is praising you for what you do. But when you allow yourself to get wrapped up in a sense of self and validation, that could easily backfire, because the moment that somebody gives you a negative comment, it's going to carry more weight than it should. And I'm not saying to blow off positive comments. That's just rude. I mean, accept the positive comment and thank that person, but see it for what it is. It's that person's opinion. Thank you. Thank you for your opinion. The trick is getting to a place where somebody could give you a negative comment and you could look at that person and be like, all right, well, thanks for your opinion. It's looking at positive or negative feedback and not necessarily taking it personal. That gives you an objective opportunity to look and see, like, okay, which one of these things is there some value to, which one of them are crap. Again, if somebody is a total jerk, it's just a stupid opinion that's coming from the stupid hole in their face that came from their stupid, sad, miserable life.
Thank you for opening that stupid hole in your face and spewing your tripe. Does that technically make you a hater?
No.
If you're hating on haters?
No. If you're hating on... Yeah, I think it does.
Yeah.
One of the things that I'll leave you with when it comes to critics is that if you are a creator, you are out there and you are putting something into the world, you don't need the critic in order to create. But the critic needs you to create in order to be able to criticize. So when it comes down to it, they need you a lot more than you need them. Keep that in mind when you're thinking about whether or not you should take them seriously.
I never did meet a hater that was happy and fulfilled.
No, that's true. I mean, you gotta be really not happy and fulfilled if you're like, thumbs down on these penguins.
Thumbs down on your creative process.
Yeah,
Thumbs down on your positive outlook.
Hopefully this video was helpful to you, and if you found it helpful, leave us a thumbs up. And if you're a nasty old hater, leave us a thumbs down.
Nasty old hater.
Nasty old haters leaving a thumbs down on Rafa's video. Leave me a comment about a time that you faced negative criticism and what did you do. I'd love to hear that.
But look, I need to clarify something.
Okay.
Just because you like Cheetos doesn't make you a hater.
I'm not saying that haters...
I love Cheetos.
If you're an artist, leave a link to your artwork in the comments so that I could check out your artwork and possibly share it in a future video. And thank you so much, you guys. You guys are absolutely freaking amazing. I totally adore you. If you like this video and you'd like to see more like this, click right over here to subscribe. And if you want to watch our last video, click right over here. And remember, don't take the negative critics seriously because they don't matter. Say goodbye, Cleve.
Good day.
Adios.